Hi everyone, I'm Farah and welcome to Digitella. Today we're going to learn how to create an impressive CV for your tech job or apprenticeship applications you're going to apply for. If you want, you can follow along this video by pressing pause, and I will ensure I give 10-second pauses so you can pause in that time. Open your Word document or Google document and let's get started. Tip number 1. Make sure your full name is written on the top, and it's preferred to be in bold and in a large font, followed by mentioning the country that you're currently living in. Then add your email address, followed by your phone number. Tip number 2. Writing your personal statement. This is the most important part of your CV, so try your best in writing a great summary of what you've been up to so far. Personally, I like to adjust it a little every time I apply to a job so it matches the requirements that the job role requires. So to write a personal statement, first you want to start with an introduction about yourself. If getting into tech is a career change for you, then you can talk about your recent role and how you're seeking a specific role in tech. You can then talk about a relevant experience to the role. If you recently designed a website and you're applying to a software engineering role, then talk about it and emphasize the skills that you gained. If the skills that are mentioned on the job role website really clear, then try to take advantage of that and emphasize these skills, because recruiters really want to see if you have these required skills that they were mentioned in the job post. So now we want to conclude our personal statement. You can mention how you're excited about pursuing that tech role at this company, and that would really be enough. Tip number 3. Writing your key skills. I feel like this bit might feel difficult or sound difficult for some because it seems a bit overwhelming, which was actually for me, but I think focusing on starting with an action word when starting a sentence. So like action words like succeeded, developed, and these types of action words really impress recruiters because they want to see that you did that and it did not really come to you. And that's the way to their heart, really. So provide an example that you demonstrated that skill. Doesn't matter if it's relevant to the position or not, although it's better if it's relevant. So try and mentioning an action word, and then from there try mentioning an example, and with that you would really be ticking all of the criteria of writing a good key skill sentence. And then tip number 4. Now on to experience. You can start with your most recent experience and then take it from there. You can split the section under the title of your position into responsibilities and achievements, or you can write them without separating them. So it's totally up to you. Also, provide a summary of the role before you list out key responsibilities and achievements, as it gives the recruiter an overview of what your role consists of. One little hack is actually customizing the key responsibilities and achievements according to the job role's requirements. So trying to focus them into the requirements of the role is really a key idea to make sure that your CV stands out for the recruiter. And also try to include relevant experiences if your CV is exceeding the 2-page limit. So if you have more relevant experiences, then try to add them and take off the irrelevant experiences if your CV is exceeding the 2-page limit. And then tip number 4, education and certifications. This one is really pretty straightforward. If it's a certificate, mention the certificate name, then the course provider and the period you took to finish the course. And then for your education, keep it really brief. If it's for your degree, mention the course and university you attended and studied, and if there's any relevant module to the job role you're applying, then mention it. Same thing goes for secondary and high school education. If it's your GCSEs, then you can briefly mention the number of GCSEs, including math and English. Then since they're important to have. And you can mention the grades, like maybe the least grade you got and then the highest grade you got, in separated with a dash. For A levels, you can just list out the subjects and that would be really fine. So tip number 5, interests. This one is pretty easy and fun to do. All you have to write about is your hobbies, and you can mention relevant hobbies to the job role if you can, like creating games if the job that you're applying to is software development or game development, and try to highlight key skills that you've gained from that hobby. If you can't mention a relevant hobby, then that's totally fine. You can highlight the skills you gain from irrelevant hobbies, like if it's being a team leader of your football club, then you can mention leadership, teamwork, communication, and all the great skills that you've gained from being a team leader of your football club or any other hobby. And that takes us to the end of this video. I hope you guys learned how to create an amazing CV that will impress your recruiter when applying to tech apprenticeships and job applications. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to see more tech content like this. Please comment down below what tech topic you would want me to make a video on, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!